Welcome to episode 8 of the Rooz Show. Today it's an exciting day because we have 3 new sports we're introducing. Let's hear about the segments, Elon.
First, we'll start with everyone's favorite. Then we'll go to weekend review for the Super Bowl. Then we'll have 2 basketball standings checks from the NBA and college basketball. And then we'll cap off with the game of the week. Actually, never mind. Frig that. Race of the week for the Daytona 500.
Let's go, baby.
Let's begin. Well, Corey, it's time for everyone's favorite off topic. Today, we have a very good one. It is top 10 smells. So here we go. Honorable mention. We have peach rings,
Good smell.
bleach, and expo markers. Yeah, bleach is kind of crazy on there, but expo markers and bleach, they kind of smell similar. They're both like, I don't know, sour, tangy, I don't know. And then peach rings, very solid smell. Out of those 3, which one's your favorite?
Peach rings, probably.
Peach rings, I
Peach
do.
rings, a good smell.
Yeah, good smell and good taste.
Good taste,
So,
too, yeah.
let's go to the list. Hand sanitizer, clocking in at number 10. That's a great smell.
It's a great smell. Sometimes you can get that one that's not very good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, too, but that's a good smell, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I love the smell of the green Perel.
Oh,
hand
yes.
sanitizer. That's the smell I'm talking about, not the weird whatever the heck. It smells like barf, but
Yes. Some of the off-brand ones aren't the best.
yeah. Number 9, we have new shoes. New shoes is on my list. It's not on his, but I think new shoes is a great smell. I mean, I know every time I get a pair of new shoes, I'm sniffing it immediately because I just love the smell. Before I even put it on, sniff it. So, number 8, we have sugar cookies.
Oof, those are good.
Yes, and freshly baked sugar cookies. I think
That's a top tier smell right there.
yes.
The smell of Christmas, in my opinion. One of
Yeah.
the smells of Christmas.
Yeah, really all cookies smell good. Just sugar cookies definitely smell the best out of all of them. So number 7, another kind of weird one. We have whiteouts, and we're gonna also include Sharpies into that because I think those 2 are pretty much the same smell.
They're pretty close, but I'm a big fan of the whiteout smell. It's it's fifth on my list, but I love it. Gives me like almost like a high as you do it, but like I don't know. It's that first instinct. It's awesome.
Yeah, whiteout definitely smells good. I don't know if I'd put it in my top 10 though. That's kind of crazy, but anyways, number 6, another one you love, the smell of a new car.
Great smell.
I do think it's a great smell. I mean, it's not on my list, but I can definitely agree with you. I think it's a fabulous smell.
There's a difference between those little trees and the actual new car smell, and the new car smell is a great smell.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go to the top 5. At number 5, we have the smell of hotels. It's a great, like anywhere you go besides the bathrooms. Honestly, it's good smell in bathrooms for bathrooms, but hotels, the lobby smells great.
It smells great.
The pool smells amazing.
When that first floor and the pool smells are going all throughout the entire first floor, it's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, like you walk into your room, and I think people can attest to this. The smell of a new room is very good.
It does smell really good.
Yeah, hotels, fabulous smell. Yeah, that's the whole reason I love going there anyways. But number 4, we have the winner of the top 10 breakfast foods, bacon.
Bacon making another appearance on a list here. It's great smell, great taste, great everything, almost basically.
Yes, I love bacon. There's a reason it's the top 10 breakfast food. There's a reason it's the top 10 smells. It is an absolute powerhouse. No matter whatever it competes in, it's in the running.
That's true.
Yeah. Number 3, I think this is a lot of people's favorites. We got gasoline at number 3.
Gasoline.
Yeah, we actually had a 3-way tie for first, second, and third. We had a little conversation. We decided gasoline belongs at number 3. But it's a great smell. I love the smell of gasoline. It used to be my favorite smell, but it's not anymore. But
I love the smell of gasoline.
yes. Number 2, this is your favorite smell. We had a big long talk, like I said, about what number 1 and number 2 would be. Number 2 is fresh laundry.
Great smell. That detergent, that that dryer sheet
Dryer
smell.
sheets,
It's
yes.
so good. It's hard to beat. Very
Yeah.
hard to beat.
Yes, I love the smell of fresh laundry. I used to not be a dryer sheet guys because I thought this. I mean, I think the smell without dryer sheets is just as fine, but dryer sheets definitely take it to the next level.
That is true.
Yes, and number 1, the best smell in the entire world. My favorite smell is I don't even know.
6 on my list.
6th favorite smell, mahogany teak wood.
It's a great smell.
It's a fabulous smell. That thing, I mean, that's my body soap is mahogany teak wood. My scent in my room for my candle wax melter is mahogany teak wood. I mean, everything about it, it's so good. And mahogany teak wood is our winner
That
of the
cologne
top
smells good too.
Yes, the cologne smells good. It's just a fabulous smell. It's a guy smell.
It's a guy smell,
but yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it's a great smell. So that's our list, top 10 smells. Let's go to our next segment, week in review for the Super Bowl. Well, Corey, was that what you expected for the Super Bowl?
It was not.
I mean, what an absolute masterclass from the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean,
Indeed.
I hate to see it, but I am very impressed with the team. In case you didn't see the game, I mean, there was 135 million viewers, but in case you didn't see the game, Philly took the win 40-22 over Kansas City. And I mean, the main things I can take away is that pass rush from Philadelphia was insane, and Jalen Hurts played a very good game.
That is true. I mean, the keys to victory that we pointed out were pretty, or almost spot on. I mean, minus a few things. I mean, you had Kansas City. The number one thing they had to do was offensive cruise control. They didn't do it.
No cruise control there.
Stopped Barkley. They did do that. They did stop Barkley.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Forced mistakes. Did not do that either. And they did use Worthy. Those were your keys to victory for Kansas City. Yeah. And the keys I picked out for Philly were forced turnovers, and then they did do that. And get Barkley going. They didn't get Barkley going. The Chiefs did well stopping that. I think they had to control the ball, and they did.
Yeah.
They controlled the ball
controlled it.
for sure. And they used the pass game well, very well, to their advantage.
Yeah, I mean, Philadelphia. I mean, I'm surprised we didn't put pass rush on keys to win. I thought for sure we put it on there, but I was like, I can't wait to look at keys to win. Like when the Super Bowl was going on, I was like, I can't wait to look at keys to win and see that Eagles pass rush. But we didn't have it on there, but it's okay. But I want to recap our quick picks from last week. So, in case you guys didn't see, we picked all the Super Bowl, like the usual like bet lines they have. So what do we got, Corey?
The first one was the national anthem going to be over under two minutes? Was it?
Yes, 2 minutes.
And we both picked the over, and we cashed in on that one.
Yeah, it kind of blew out of the water because he said "land of the free" like 10 times, which really helped us. So. Yeah.
And then the second one was we predicted who was going to be the first to score. We were both wrong. You picked Barkley. I picked Harrison Butker. We were both wrong. Who was the first to score? I don't remember.
It was a tush push with Hurts.
That's true.
I don't know why I didn't think of that. Because I think I said last week Barkley 2-yard run. They get on the 2-yard line, they're gonna tush push. I don't know what I was thinking.
But the next one was the coin toss. You had tails. I had heads. You took the victory. Tails
yes, sir.
never fails.
Tails never fails, baby.
The old saying stays true. The next one was halftime special guest. We both predicted SZA.
Yeah, that was big for us.
That was pretty big for both cashed in on that one.
Yeah.
The next one was Gatorade color. You picked red. I picked yellow. I took the dub on that one.
Yeah, Corey did take the dub on yellow.
The second best odds.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that was a smart move. I don't know why I picked red.
Yeah.
I mean, if I thought the Chiefs were winning, I don't know why I didn't go purple, but it's whatever.
Yeah. The game prediction. You had the Chiefs winning. I had the Eagles winning. I took the dub. I took the overall win over you. Take that.
Shut up, man.
But but overall it was pretty good. I mean, we both won something except for the first score.
Yeah, I mean, we both did pretty good. I mean, I predicted the Super Bowl all these years on when it was hopefully not biased, and I never was 50%. That's for sure. I mean, I can't believe I'm surprised we got the special guest. I mean, people may say it's obvious because it was SZA, but that's pretty impressive predict a person to show up at a halftime show. I mean,
Yeah,
can you imagine we did Serena Williams or something?
Oh.
that would have been crazy. But NFL, it's not gonna go. I mean, even though the season's over, we still have the draft to cover, free agency to cover, and we'll still have some flashbacks. So don't worry, we'll still be talking football. We love that sport, so it kind of sucks to see it go. But it's time to talk about some basketball for the first time ever in the Rooz Show. We'll be talking about basketball with standings check. Well, it's time for basketball. Let's do some basketball standings check. Do the NBA. First, we got the East over here, the West over here. We'll start with the East Atlantic. Celtics, Knicks, two solid teams. The Sixers, Nets, and Raptors, not as solid, but we'll see what they do later in the season. Cleveland Cavaliers in the Central. Indiana Pacers, Bucks, Pistons, all good teams. Bulls are getting a little better, but I mean, this is a pretty good conference here, or division here. In the Southeast, we have the Magic, the Heat, the Hawks, the Hornets, and Wizards. Hornets and Wizards are very bad, but the Magic, Heat, and Hawks, I mean, they're all not that good either, which is kind of crazy. I mean, this whole division is really struggling right now. But let's go to the West. We have, in the Northwest, we have the Thunder, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Trailblazers, and the Jazz. Thunder are really good. The Nuggets are really good, and the Timberwolves are kind of struggling. We'll see what we do. Portland and the Jazz, they're kind of lagging behind. So, on to the Pacific, we have the Lakers after that addition to Luka Doncic. I mean, that's going to be exciting. The Clippers, the Kings, the Warriors, and the Suns. It's a pretty good conference. A lot of good teams in that, but some of them are struggling. In the Southwest, this conference really does not have that really good rosters on any teams except, I mean, the Grizzlies, who are really playing well. The Rockets are also playing really well. The Mavericks, they went to the championship last year, but they traded Luka, so we'll see what happens there. The Spurs, new addition, the Aaron Fox. We'll see how that goes. And the Pelicans, they're pretty bad this year. I think they've been battling some injuries, but let's go to the conference standings board. Onto the board, I mean, this is really the most important part. The divisions are cool and all, but this really tells you what's going on in the league. If you don't know how this works, so the NBA, now 10 teams have a shot at making the playoffs, but only 8 make it in. They have this little dotted line here. I mean, above it are teams that are in the playoffs no matter what. But they'll have a play-in tournament here between the 7, 8, 9, and 10. The 7 and 8 will play each other for the 7 seed. And then these two will play each other. Whoever loses is eliminated. And then the winner of this game and the loser of this game will play for the 8 seed. So looking at this board, I mean, the Cleveland Cavaliers are arguably the best team in the league. They're played very stout. The Celtics, the defending champs, they're at 2. And the Knicks, I mean, all 3 of those teams should stay 1, 2, 3 throughout this whole season. I know we're not even to the All-Star break yet, but I don't see that changing anytime soon. 4, they got the Indiana Pacers. They had a rough start this year, but they're really turning around. Siakam and Halliburton's stepping it up now. The Bucks, I mean, they're always going to be a good team with Antetokounmpo. They're at number 5, but they are kind of struggling. So, and then how about the Pistons? The Pistons, who have been very rough these past couple of years, they're up to 6 here. They're above the play-in tournament, which is huge for them. And then now to the play-in tournaments, these teams are definitely stressing out. The Magic, the Heat, the Hawks, and the Bulls. I mean, the Magic shouldn't be there. The Magic really should be battling for a 4 seed or 5 seed, but they kind of struggled this year. The Heat's finally got rid of the locker room cancer, Jimmy Butler, and they're now to 8. So, and then the Hawks kind of fell off. They were up here a couple weeks ago, but they're falling off to 9. Trae Young is playing very good though. And the Bulls are at 10. They're usually there, no matter what season it is. But yeah, the Bulls are at number 10. 76ers, they got to step it up, but I mean, they should be fine. I mean, they have a really good roster, so we'll see if the 76ers can jump the Bulls or something. And then Nets, Raptors, Hornets, Wizards. I mean, I don't see any of them making the playoffs. Maybe the Nets, but that's about it. On to the West. The Thunder, once again, are the 1 seed as of right now. But how about the Grizzlies at 2? I wouldn't have guessed that. I mean, John Morant's playing well, and that roster really isn't that stacked, but they're playing really well. Nuggets at 3, pretty expectable. That team's pretty good. The Rockets at 4, that's pretty surprising. I mean, that team was down here last year, so great year from the Rockets so far. Then they got the 2 LA teams with the Lakers and the Clippers. I could see the Lakers jumping up after Don kick. Anyways, now the play-in. Timberwolves, Mavericks, Kings, and Warriors. Timberwolves, I expect them to jump up. I mean, that team's very good. But they don't have Cat anymore, so we'll see. Mavericks, down. I mean, they don't have any player. I mean, Anthony Davis is good. Kyrie is good. Klay Thompson is good. Actually, you know what? I think they'll stay here, now that I think about it. But the Mavericks, you can't trade Luka, man. And the Kings, they got rid of Fox recently, but they added a couple good guys. So the Kings, that's a good roster as well. Warriors, they're a good roster also. They're just getting real old. So, but this is a surprise again with the Sixers and the Suns both out. That is very surprising. Spurs could make a charge for it as well. That's another good roster. Trailblazers had a pretty good start to the year, but they're back down in the dumps out of the playoffs. And the Jazz and the Pelicans, they're probably out of it. Those teams aren't very good. But let's head to the desk where we'll talk about college basketball. So we're back at the desk. This time I want to look at some college basketball. Corey, I just want you to read off the rankings on there. The rankings will display up on the screen. Give me the first top 5.
All right, number 1 we got Auburn, 2 Bama, 3 Florida. We have a 2-way tie for third. We have Florida and Duke, and then number 5 we have Tennessee.
Yeah, what I can take from this is SEC is absolute dominant right now in college basketball. Florida, I'm pretty sure they upset Auburn this week, or it might have been last week, but Florida had a recent. Florida's good, but Florida's also lost. They've all just lost to each other. Mm-hmm. So it's really either or for who's number 1 right now, but the SEC is very good. So read me off the next.
6 we have Houston, 7 Purdue, 8 Texas A&M, 9 St. John's, then 10 we have Iowa State.
Yeah, main team I want to take out of this is that St. John's team. I mean, what a great year they're on so far. Big East, they're leading the Big East now. So St. John's is very good. I love to see it. I love that program. And also Purdue leading the Big Ten. Houston, Big 12. So I mean, there's a lot of different conferences than our SEC, and there's another SEC school with Texas A&M.
Some dominant performance there. We have 11. We have Michigan State, 12 Texas Tech, 13 Arizona, 14 Memphis, and 15 Kentucky.
Yeah, once again, another SEC school, Kentucky. Michigan State recently lost to my Indiana Hoosiers, which just blows my mind because the Hoosiers kind of sucked this year. But Texas Tech's a good team. Arizona, they're both from the Big 12. And then Memphis, I think Memphis is they're the only team ranked that aren't in the main 5 conferences. They're in the American Conference. So.
At 16 we have Wisconsin, 17 Kansas, 18 Marquette, 19 Ole Miss, and 20 Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan at 20. They're a pretty good team. They beat Purdue earlier this week, so I expect Michigan to jump up. Once again, another SEC school, Ole Miss, and then Wisconsin. They're all right. Kansas, Marquette. They kind of got really good rosters. Just they're underperforming right now.
The last but not least, we have 21 Missouri, 22 Mississippi State, 23 Clemson, 24 Creighton, and 25 Maryland.
Yeah, a lot of more SEC schools. It's getting repetitive at this point, but they got Clemson on there, Creighton, Maryland. They're good teams. They'll be maybe upset guys in the tournament. So, and that's all I can take from there. So, let's go to our next segment. We'll go to the race of the week. Well, Corey, it's time for another new sport. We got NASCAR in this. So the Daytona 500, it is February 16th on Fox, Sunday at 2:30. It's the Super Bowl of NASCAR.
It is.
It's a big race for everybody. The defending winner is William Byron. The pole winner, one pole earlier Wednesday, Chase Briscoe in his new ride in the 19. notable guys in this race that aren't full-time. I mean, there's a lot of notable guys that are full-time. But you got 7-time NASCAR champion Jimmy Johnson. You got a NASCAR champion Martin Truex Jr. And you got your boy, the 4-time champion, Indy 500, Elio Castroneves.
Spider-Man.
I mean, there's this is a very exciting race for the sport. Also to mention, Trump will be at the race, so that's a big deal for the sport. It may get some more recognition. So let's look at the keys to win the race. For the first one, it's really just avoid the carnage. You know there's going to be a big one. You know there's going to be pop-up wrecks. Just got to play calm. I mean, would you say you want to be in the lead or do you want to sit back? What type of guy do you think you are?
I mean, you don't want to be in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to lead the race, but you want to be strategic about it. You don't want to be out in the front the whole entire race because then you're going to run out of gas. You're going to do all this. Personally, I think I'm going to be in the back the whole time. Really.
Yeah, that's another. I'm glad you pointed that out. That's another key factor in this race is saving gas because they'll get out there and they got to save gas for these stages. So, what's the next key to win?
You got to work with your teammates and not just like if you're Penske, you don't want to work with just your 2 other teammates. You got to work with manufacturers. Fords, you got to work with Fords. Toyotas and Chevys and Chevys. You got to work together. Hit together, got to do all this to make sure you stay together and you're able to stay fast.
Yeah, and then the next key is just be aggressive. I mean, you don't want to be that guy that's just sitting around waiting for a wreck to happen. I mean, sometimes it works, but most times it doesn't. I mean, all these 500 winners like William Byron last year, he made a late race charge. Yep. He might have, he debatably caused the big one, but I mean, you got to be aggressive to win these races nowadays, so that's a big part of winning this race.
The last one we have is you got to get stage points. You don't want to be in that big one at the very end or something and not have any points, and you're like, oh, we just wasted the whole race, got nothing out of it. I mean, you gotta get the stage points, especially if you're a full-time driver. Yeah,
I mean, in this race, you're way more likely to get caught up in the big one than win the race. So
that's true.
I mean, you got to get points when you can get them. So let's look at the odds to win this race. First place, actually, it's a 3-way tie for first with Blaney, Logano, and Keselowski. All Fords, all guys that have been very close to winning this. Actually, Logano's won this race, but Blaney and Keselowski have both been very close in the years. Kyle Busch, who's never won it before. Hamlin, 3-time champ. Kyle Larson, Byron, Elliott, Hendrick guys. I mean, you expect to see them there. Buescher, Cindric, and Wallace. Those are some guys that are pretty good super speedway racers.
Great racers on the super speedway.
Yes, I mean, all those guys, pretty good favorites. I would argue Kyle Larson shouldn't be that high. I mean, we've never seen that much speed out of him for the Daytona 500, or any super speedway race, really. So, excuse me. Let's go to the predictions. So how this works is we're going to do a scale from mild, hot to wild. Mild being the kind of favorite guy, the chalky pick. Hot being a decently chalky pick, but still like a guy you wouldn't just randomly pick to win. And then wild is that guy you'll randomly pick to win. I mean, the guy that's shown promise this week is definitely an underdog to win. So, going to me, my mild pick is Ryan Blaney. I mean, he's first in the odds. He's a Penske driver. He's a Ford. I mean, that's pretty much all you need.
I have Denny Hamlin, a 3-time champion, top 5, top 10 in the odds. He's going to be there. He's a really good super speedway racer.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Hamlin, 4-time champion. I think he would join. I think he'd go up to tied for second for the most Daytona 500 wins. So that'd be crazy if he does it. Going to our hot, I have Austin Cindric. He qualified second for the race, so he's going to start there because the duels will not matter for him. But I think he showed a lot of speed every super speedway race last year. He's already won the 500. I think he's a great pick to win.
I have Todd Gilliland, another great super speedway racer. He's got a ton of speed in that Ford. And he's going to be at Front Row Motorsports. He's going to be up there. Yeah,
that'd be a first win for old Todd. I mean, that would be a big deal for him. I know I would love to see Todd Gilliland win a race. He's a great guy. So, on to our wild picks. I think this one, I don't think it's that wild after the speed we've seen from him this week. Yeah. Ryan Preece in that 60 car. One, he's got a great team. His RFK team's Buescher and Keselowski. They'll be in the front there. I'm sure he'll follow with them. Plus, he's a Ford. As you can tell, I'm all in Fords this year. I mean, all three of my picks are Fords. So
Ford's definitely a good pick to go. I mean, he's got pretty low odds, and my pick is going to be Ricky Stenhouse.
I love that pick.
I think he's a sleeper. He's got a lot of speed at super speedways. He's got what do you call it? He's been there before. He's gonna do it again, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 4 wins in his career.
Yep.
There, 2 at Daytona, 2 at Talladega.
Yep.
I mean, the kid, he's just a stud on super speedways. I wouldn't call him a kid anymore. He's pretty old nowadays, but it's crazy how it works out. I mean, he was a dirt racer, so yeah. Well, that's the end of episode 8. I thank you guys for watching. Follow the YouTube, follow the Spotify, follow the Instagram. Same stuff as usual. I hope you guys have a great night. Watch all this stuff coming up this week without football. I mean, I know it sucks, but it's whatever. Have a great night. See y'all later.